All right. What is up? Welcome to another episode of Lifting, Running, and Living
Yep.
with your favorite still coaches.
Still
Kelly,
coaches. Hello.
hey, and JK, that is me. We are kicking off episode number 59, inching ever so close to episode number 62. So stay
62.
tuned
You
to
just
see.
said 72
I know, but
before we
nobody
started.
else knew that, and now you gave it away. So all right. So what we're doing today is we are going to do a little bit of an update rundown. Just share some things that we've had going on recently. Maybe how some of those things are also impacting how we're going to move forward with some things for the fall. Just basically a little update show here. So
hmm
with that, Kelly, you want to kick us off with first thing that you'd like to share with the good
Yeah,
people?
I have a very exciting update.
All right.
For those who listen every episode, at one point in time, I said I was working towards a promotion. I think it might have
Mhm.
been like 2 months ago at this point. Whatever. Anyway, this
Okay,
week,
I hope you're not asking me for confirmation because I
I
don't
know.
remember
I
any.
was hoping you'd give me something, and then there was nothing. I
No.
don't remember when it was. Sometime
Yeah.
in the past. Uh, I've been working towards it since Q1, so almost 6 months.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, it's official as of this week. Technically, it goes into effect September 1st, but we've announced it to everyone, so
Okay.
everyone at the company knows, which is exciting. Um, I get more responsibilities, which will be interesting to see. It's always hard to know you know, before you're fully in it, how it's going to be. Um,
For
but
those that
yeah.
may be new listeners, you want to share with a few people, remind them what you do. They may not
Oh,
know.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's true. So, well, funny enough, next month is my 1 year at my company. I was hired as a data
Wow.
analyst.
It's been a
Yeah.
year already. Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
September.
Okay.
I think I started on our wedding anniversary. If not on
Huh.
that day, right around it. Mid-September is when I started. I was hired as a data analyst. That was my official role, but really I was a senior data analyst. Like we were all on the team, we're all seniors. And now I am a principal data analyst, which just means I'm like the technical lead on the team. So yeah,
Well, cool. Congratulations to you moving up the corporate
thanks.
ladder.
I know. Yeah. It's funny. Well, two things are funny. One, before I quit and went into coaching full time, I had no interest in climbing any ladder at work. I was just like, I'm here to get paid, do my job, whatever.
Well,
Uh,
to clarify, you were in like a legit corporate setting, correct? Or
yeah.
that
So,
sort of organization, like a larger organization.
yeah. So, for anyone who doesn't know, my first job after my data science boot camp was Comcast, so a very large company. And then
Mhm.
after that, I went to Angie, which is like medium to large size, I'd say. There's still like thousands of employees. And now I'm at a startup. So, it's been slowly getting smaller and smaller. But yeah, at like Comcast, I had no interest in going up a ladder. Just seeing what people above me did, I was like, no, thank you. you know.
That's fair.
um, and then at Angie, at that point, I wanted to coach full time, so I was so disinterested in anything, growth wise, career wise. And then I went into coaching full time, obviously, and came back out of it because I was like, this isn't for me. So
Yeah.
it was just kind of funny how that break. Now I'm back in working for a business, even though it's a startup now, which I
Yeah.
think suits me better. But now I'm like, yeah, how can I grow? Like, what are my paths to, you know, something bigger than the role I was hired into? So, and then the other thing, I was listening to your podcast with, oh my God, what's her name? Far from Perfect.
Oh,
Kylie?
Kylie? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say Kylie, and then I thought that was wrong. Anyway,
You got it right. You got it right.
you were talking about how you wanted to be promoted in one of your jobs, and your boss was like, not for 18 months.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
yeah. And that it was funny timing because I was like, I'm working towards this promotion, and it hasn't even been a year in my role. But obviously, like, our roles are different. but it made me
Yeah.
think about things. I was like, am I ready for this? I was like, you know what? No one else is, so why not me?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
And
lesson that's always stuck with me because it made a lot of sense.
it
So,
does make a lot of sense.
yeah, I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah. And at our company, my boss needs leads on her teams, I think, from my perspective, to like help her manage her load because she manages 4 different teams, which is a lot.
Ooh,
Um,
yeah,
yeah. So I'm like, we need some kind of structure. And I already do a lot of things, for my team. So it's kind of like a
yeah,
natural progression. And there's obviously things I haven't done because I wasn't officially promoted that now I'll have more visuals into, which will be fun, I think. But I'm excited. So,
sweet. All
yeah.
right. Well, cool. Congrats on the promotion.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
All right.
What's your
Let's
first
see.
one?
So my first one is that as of, let's see, we're recording on Sunday. So my last workout from this previous training block was on Friday. So,
Mm.
uh, so that was essentially about an 8 week training block. And the way that I did it was I split it up into two, what I'll call like, there's different terms like mesocycles and mesocycles and microcycles and all these
Uh-huh.
other things. Long story short, for 8 weeks, I ran the same main like primary compound movements. And then at the 5 week mark, I guess it would be. So for 4 weeks, ran basically the same exact program. And then for the back half, the last 4 weeks, kept the compound movements the same and then switched up some of the accessories. Actually, not as many as I expected that I would switch up because I
Mm.
do enjoy some variety here
Mm-hmm.
and there. But essentially ran, again, for the last 8 weeks, I ran a 4 day training split. So just finished that up. That was 4 days of resistance training. And each of those particular days was, in theory, they were full body days. I was going to say technically, and that's become a bit of a pet peeve for me when people
Okay.
describe things as technically, because I'm like, it either is or it is not. So I think,
Mm.
I think part of my annoyance with that comes from parenting, where it's, you may ask a question and like, did you do that? And they're like, well, technically I didn't do the wrong thing. I'm like, like
Yeah.
technically is basically a articulate way to say, so what had happened was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the way that each of the days was structured is there'd be a lower body bias day. So I'd have 3 lower body movements that started things off, and then do basically like 2, maybe 3 upper body like accessory pieces. And then
Mm.
on the upper body day, do 3 big upper body movements, and then do 2 to 3 accessory pieces for lower body. So um, I was I've been really interested to see how it was going to shake out, especially because I pulled way back on my pressing volume. So anything that was super shoulder
Ooh.
heavy, I pulled back on quite a bit. I can't remember when I was like basically putting everything together, how many sets I had it down to per week, but I think I was at the minimum. I think I was somewhere around like maybe 10 sets per week that were specifically targeting like the delts in any way, shape, or form,
Mm-hmm.
as far as pressing. So, as far as any overhead pressing, as far as any lateral raises, front raises, I think those were basically the 3 movements that I had in. I think I did a total of 10 sets a week just so I could continue to make some progress, because I've been still just continually working on getting this shoulder impingement
Yeah.
better, and it's gotten a lot better. But man, I'm not gonna lie, there was a part of me that was just like, I think I'm wondering, are my shoulders all of a sudden gonna start to like slowly just like
Shrivel up.
yeah. What doesn't help either is when how on the iPhone in the camera roll thing,
Uh-huh.
how it pops up old memories or
Oh,
things
yeah.
like that. And because I have like older demos and videos and stuff like that on my phone, sometimes one old one from a few years ago will pop out, where definitely like my delts were a lot more like round. Like I had more mass on my
Yeah.
delts for sure. And I'm just like, oh, those were the days. But you know what? Maybe we'll get back there sometime and maybe we won't. But you know
Yeah.
what? We're keeping the shoulders healthy for now. So it's been a really good training block. So it was 4 days of lifting and then 2 to 3 days of cardio. One of those days had to involve some sort of interval work. So
Mhm.
hardcore like sprint intervals. Didn't have to be running because I'm not going to force myself to do that every time. So a lot of times I pick like the ski erg or the bike erg and
Yeah.
then do some core work. So one day was like a higher intensity interval. And then one day was more like on the lower end of moderate intensity, like a zone 2, 3 ish longer ride. And yeah, it's worked out really well. And then when we get to another part of the updates, I'll talk about like how the nutrition strategy went along with that. But really, really have enjoyed this last 8 weeks of training. And I am going to take the majority of the structure that I used in a lot of the same exact workouts, and I'm actually going to be packaging that, and that will be a training program
Oh,
that is going to come out. So yeah, at some point, likely in the next 60 days here or so. So yeah, for anybody that might be interested, stay tuned because I'm sure I'll be blasting it all over the place. But yeah, that's been just a really good time. Just really have enjoyed that, and it's definitely been part of it was just it's the training that I wanted to do, and also just future
hmm
thinking with okay, I'd like to put something together that's just a different sort of a template where it could be 4 days of full body training
hmm
because I just tend to. There's a lot of folks that at least in my atmosphere that just really like full body training. Like they
yeah.
really just like it. And for quite a while, if somebody could train 4 days a week, then I pretty much was pushing them to like a lower upper split.
Yeah.
And I would reserve total body for if it was under 4 days per week.
hmm
But now, as I've been able to do like more studying, more experimentation, and just really trying some different things out with my one-on-one clients who have like a decent amount of experience, stay really consistent so I can really kind of track, okay, is this something that could work for folks? I now see like I've definitely feel like I've gained a much better rhythm with how to get the appropriate amount of volume with making it challenging without overdoing it because there's this
Mm,
misconception that full body means you have to hit like everything in
yeah.
every single session. And I think that's where like my apprehension came from. Like it doesn't need to be 12 exercises. In fact, it was nowhere near that. It was like
That'd
six.
be so long.
I I think I may have showed you a program once that I saw. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. I think it was 14 exercises.
Yeah, I think I vaguely
Yeah.
recall that.
I'll never forget that. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. So, anyways, so yeah, it's been a really, really good training block. Definitely gotten stronger. And yeah, have hip thrusted more in the last 8 weeks than I think I did in the last like 4 months previous to that.
Wow.
Yeah, I've hip thrusted a lot in the last 8 weeks.
Why hip thrusts?
Well, I hadn't consistently had them in a program in quite a while. I'd throw
hmm
them in like here and there, but I hadn't consistently had them in there for a while. And since I knew that a big portion of this particular training block was going to be laying off a lot of the pressing,
Mm.
I knew that, okay, I'm going to be doing a decent amount of pulling. I'm like, well, we might as well like get jacked and juicy while we're at it too. So why not? Like, let's get some goals in there, why not?
That
So
makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah. So this new block that I'm doing, I'm basically writing it as I go. So I did like workout one. I'm going to use the
hmm
same sort of format, but I'm just kind of playing around with what I'm going to do during this intro week here. So we'll see. We'll see how things shake out.
Did you already say what your goals are for the next block?
No, really for this next block, it's going to be very much the same, only not as much hip thrusting. So yeah, for this particular block, I'll get into this a little. Let me let's postpone that. That'll be pending. I'll get into it
Okay.
more when I talk about my next update, which kind of goes more into the nutrition piece because that's really going to dictate a decent amount of what I do training wise.
Oh, right. This is the
Yeah.
time of year last year where you went into
Yeah.
fat loss.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
we'll kind of see. So
It's
yeah.
Virgo season now, so.
Yeah. You and the astrology. All right. So that is my update. That's my item. All right.
Nice.
What you got?
Um, okay. This one for anyone who hasn't listened consistently, it's been a little over a year since I've been using this app called ClearSpace
Yeah.
to help me spend less time on social media. Um, Namely Instagram and TikTok, mostly TikTok. And I had deleted TikTok for months because for anyone who lives under a rock, TikTok was supposedly banned and then it came back 24 hours later. But
Yeah.
if you didn't have it downloaded on your phone at that time, you could not download it again for I don't know how long, weeks, months, who knows.
Mhm.
So I re-downloaded TikTok sometime in the spring, and I'm coming up on a year of paying for this app because I pay for it annually. And I was like, I wonder
Oh,
if I still need this.
I lost that for a second. I was like, paying for TikTok. You mean ClearSpace? Okay.
Oh yeah, sorry,
Ah,
ClearSpace.
okay.
So for ClearSpace, if you want to have limits applied to more than one app, you have to pay for it. Um, so I was like, I wonder if I still need this because it's been over a year at this point. Like I'm pretty used to limiting my time now. So I've been doing an experiment on the weekends where I have no limit. And I started 2 weekends ago, and I quickly saw that I am not ready to not have ClearSpace.
Oh, snap. Yeah.
Yeah. It's mostly TikTok. TikTok is the problem. Instagram I
Okay.
don't really care about. Like Instagram I can, be in and out quickly. Like nothing keeps me there. Um but yeah, like last weekend, I didn't really have anything else to do. Like I didn't have plans. I'd already done my run and stuff. So that contributed to the problem, but I like opened TikTok and then before I knew it, it was 2 hours later and I was like, this is bad.
Oh, it's like the SpongeBob 2 hours
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Um yeah, for
Wow.
anyone on TikTok, I am on the side. I keep getting stories about the Appalachian Mountains and they draw me in and then I just sit there
Hmm.
and watch all these stories. Like people literally telling stories, not like Instagram stories that are, very short.
Yeah. Okay.
Um so it's entertaining, but I'm like I cannot spend this much
Hmm.
time staring at TikTok. So, I found that interesting. I was like, I thought that I had broken the habit and you know what? TikTok's algorithm is really good. it
Interesting.
it just drew me right back in without that
It
limit.
got
So,
you. Okay.
yeah. So,
Okay. So ClearSpace, you're signing back up?
well, now I'm doing an experiment where I have a limit on TikTok still, but Instagram is free. Cause then if so, I can not pay for it, but have my limit on TikTok if I don't need it for Instagram, right? Um, so
So
I'm
let's say that what other options would there be? Let's say that the ClearSpace thing is not even an option for you.
oh, I would delete TikTok off my phone.
Delete it off your phone.
That's the other
Okay.
option, yeah.
Okay.
I
Why
mean,
not try that?
the phones have because I like it. I like the stories.
Okay.
I
Okay.
just
Have,
have no
have
control.
you have you ever have you considered just having TikTok on the desktop version, like just on a computer?
No, I won't look at it there.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, it's just not. I mean, it's not the same, obviously.
Right. Yeah. That's the point,
Yeah,
that it's not. Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
not as efficient, I guess, or easy to get to.
It's easy to get to. It's just not the same experience. I feel like my algorithm is different on my laptop.
Really, with your same TikTok account.
Yeah, it might have just been I
What?
hadn't. That might have actually been when I had deleted the app from my phone. So maybe my algorithm was just not curated at the
Oh,
moment.
okay.
You know,
Yeah.
it was like,
Part
who is
part of
she?
my curiosity is because I did that with Instagram for a
Yeah.
while.
I've done it
where,
with Instagram too.
yeah, I used my phone when it was to post anything.
Yep.
And then anything where I was like, okay, this is time where I'm actually like, I'm not making it up. Like I'm actually looking at it from a business standpoint. And then any other times, if I just wanted to just scroll, just
Yeah.
see what's up, then it was just pulling it up on my laptop, or I did it on my iPad, and that was just a weird experience too, because then it's just so
Really?
magnified.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just yeah, that
That
was that
makes
was really
sense.
weird too. Okay,
That would be
all
weird.
right.
Yeah.
That's
We'll
just funny
see.
though that you're like, yeah, 2 hours later, I'm just deep in
Oh
the
my
Appalachian
god.
Mountains.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
funny.
because there are 10-minute videos now, just like they're on Instagram, but I feel like on Instagram, I feel like it doesn't work as well yet. Now it kind of does because you can speed them up finally. But like TikTok's had like the 2 time option for a long time. Uh, but
Do
yeah.
you do you do that with podcasts ever? Change the speed?
Oh, we've talked about this. Yeah, I do 1.25 speed or 1.2, depending on
Yeah.
whichever one I'm listening
Huh.
to. I can't listen to one time. People talk way too slow for me now.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Yeah. I think the voices, no matter who it is, the voice just always sounds weird to me if I change the speed, no matter
Oh,
what. Yeah. No matter what. I think maybe
interesting.
it's because since I know that I'm altering the speed, that it just,
Yeah.
even people who do, I feel like talk faster than I can digest the information.
Hmm.
Um, Even with those, I've tried to slow them down like just a little bit, like 0.75 or whatever it is, like just a little
Yeah.
bit. And it just, I don't know. To me, it was, I think it got in my head where I was like, man, I'm just not listening to it the way that they intended for it to be listened to. So I don't want to,
Oh,
yeah, I don't know. I'm just weird like
interesting.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just really weird
No,
like that.
I I don't know. Once I started doing 1.25, I couldn't go back.
Mm, interesting.
Like I
Okay.
can really notice. There was one time my phone like reset my settings somehow in like Apple
Hmm.
Podcast and it was playing 1 time speed and I remember very clearly I was listening to Nobody Asked Us with Des and Kara, which is like they're runners. It's like I mean, I guess it's like a running podcast, but
Hmm.
they talk about a lot of things. And their intro song came on, and I was like, "Why does this sound so weird?" I realized it was like how
Because
it's
you were
supposed to
listening to it
sound.
in normal speed. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, "This
So
is so
interesting.
slow."
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's
Gotcha.
from growing up watching Gilmore Girls is my best guess
Okay.
during
All
my
right. Well,
formative years. So
tell
yeah.
you. All right.
Anyway, so TikTok got me again, and we will be putting the blockers on for as long as necessary.
All right. Stay strong. Stay
Yeah,
strong.
thank you.
All right.
All right.
Let's see. All right. So my other update is really related to my first update. So just kind of split them up here, but more along the nutrition tracks. So for the past, this would actually be 3 months now. Now that I look at it, is that right?
Oh.
June. Yeah, because I started June ish. So what I'm talking about, that was a horrible lead in. Uh, from a nutrition, generally like a nutrition standpoint, I have had a goal of increasing my estimated TDEE, which is total daily energy expenditure in layman's terms, like calorie burn, I guess we'll call it, just to make
Yep.
it super easy for people. I've been working on trying to increase that, my estimation of what that might be, while also minimizing the amount of body fat that I gain as I go through that particular process.
Mhm.
So I have had a goal of, before considering going into another cut, and when I got serious about this was basically the beginning of June. That's when I really like was like, okay, I'm going to really focus on this being the goal. I had a range of somewhere around, I think I said like 3,200 to 3,500. Like I just really would like to get
Mhm.
my estimated daily intake. And if you're picking up on like, man, why he just seems to really be putting extra emphasis on the whole estimated, it's because it's estimated. So it's a
Yeah.
range, it's a general range, and it's also based on algorithms that can be a bit different. I've been using a combination of Macro Factor, which is an app that you can track your macros in and all that sort of stuff. So I've primarily been using that, and then periodically I've been comparing it with the data from my Garmin,
Oh,
from the Connect app.
yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Mm,
I've been using a mostly the Macro Factor, and then every now and then I check the data on my Garmin or through the Connect app with Garmin just to see what it possibly is looking at with my estimation. And as of right now, they're pretty similar. Like right now,
hmm.
right now, a Macro Factor and both Garmin, they're right around like the 3,300 ish range on average. And that's with, so to do this, what I've been doing is I had set a target of making sure that I tracked everything that I ate at minimum 3 days per week without fail.
Mm,
It's
yeah.
really averaged out to about 6 days per week over the
Wow.
last, over the last 3 months. And that's even with the trip down to Alabama. I didn't track, I think I tracked one day while I was down there, maybe two. I can't remember. But yeah, I just wanted to try and put in as much of the accurate or close to accurate, because labels can be off and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
and there's estimations, but just put in as much in there as I could. So that's what I've really been focused on. And again, the really interesting thing for me was navigating through that for myself without a coach, just really
Mm,
navigating through being able to do that with also again minimal fat gain. And so I was measuring that through photos, or am still measuring that through photos, also measurements and body weight. So basically, those particular things I wear pretty much like for my in person job. I rotate through like a handful of pairs of jeans. So
mm,
you notice how particular things fit,
yeah.
shirts and like as far as like shirts and things like that, I rotate through, even though I have like a monstrous amount of t-shirts, I rotate through basically like the same 20 ish or so.
That's impressive still.
Yeah.
That's a
Anyways,
lot to cycle through.
yeah. Well, what can I say? Feed your habits. We have a lot of shirts. So yeah, I've just been working through that particular process. So far, as of the last like 3 months, again, I've been able to get that TDEE up into right around 3,300. And the estimation when I started was actually, gosh, I think it was around 2,800, 2,900,
Oh,
something like that.
that's a big
Now,
increase.
yeah, now keeping something that I want to make sure that I'm very clear on with people is there's a difference between your estimated calorie expenditure and how many calories you're actually consuming.
Mhm.
So my TDEE right now, like, so my average calorie burn right now is estimated to be around 3,300 calories per day. That doesn't mean that I'm sticking 100% to 3,300 calories per day, or 32 when it was that, or 31 when it was
Yeah.
that. I've been tracking like how much I've actually been intaking, and yeah, it's been close-ish. However, clearly, like there's still some work to do though, because in the overall average, my body weight has actually gone down.
Oh.
Yeah, so I wanted to make sure that I maintained around like 230, and over the past like 2 to 3 weeks, it's actually started like trending down
Huh.
somewhat. So, yeah, but measurement wise, like things are pretty much staying just about the same. Like literally, I've I keep it super simple here. I measure midsection and I measure glutes. Like those are the two things that I measure. Like it's because for myself, like knowing where I tend to store body fat and where I tend to lose, like the most difficult place to lose and whatnot. And I'm want to be super clear. I'm not trying to lose anything right now.
Mhm.
It's really just a matter of, for me, I know that there are particular areas that typically will be real indicative. Like they can be my best indicators of, am I maintaining muscle and is my body fat staying about the same or not? And those
Mm.
measurements literally have not been off by anything other than they have not changed more than maybe about a half an inch or so.
Hmm.
So Yeah. So that's been rolling along really well. So with your and one other thing, as I've been doing this, I also started messing around with caffeine reduction, which I talked about a
Oh,
few weeks ago.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have gone from daily caffeine being somewhere in the range of, let's say, 250 to 400 per
Uh-huh.
day, which for someone my size, like I stay in the neighborhood of about 230.
Mhm.
400 milligrams of caffeine is not, like, if you were to go through the recommended daily intake and what the upper
Yeah.
limits or whatnot are for a 230-pound male, like 400 is not really something that to be concerned about at all.
Yeah.
But it would be like 250 to 400. And really that difference would be whether or not I had an energy drink in the afternoon or not,
Mm.
like with lunch or before
Yeah.
lunch. So where I'm at now is 120 or less at this point.
Whoa.
Yeah, and that's only on the lifting days too. So 4 days a
That's
week I'm at
wild.
yeah, I'm at 120, and that's super early in the morning, like before 6 a.m. And
Yeah.
that's it. Like that's it for caffeine throughout the day.
And
Yeah.
you like it?
I've been fine. The first few days, and I think I talked about that on here, like the day
Yeah,
that I
you did.
decided like, "Oh, let's give this a shot," was also my Thursdays are my long day. That was the
Yeah.
worst. It's the worst idea. It's one of those, like, you gotta it's like going to like getting on a road trip and being like, "Oh, wait, shoot, I forgot this drive is this long." It's like,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, so it's actually gone really well. And I was pleasantly surprised that um since I wasn't lifting the 2 days that, like, the day that we left Illinois to drive to Alabama, and the day we left Alabama to drive to Illinois, so 600-mile drive, I
Mhm.
had I was like, listen, we don't need to be messing around with alertness on the road.
Yeah.
So if I feel like I want to have some caffeine, have some caffeine. So, but I never, yeah, I've even made that trip with no caffeine whatsoever in my system.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's the, for anybody who is wondering, the inspiration behind that, or the reasoning behind that, has been just really working on tweaks that I can make that potentially will impact better quality for my overall sleep. I'm not going to say that periodically, I feel like maybe I noticed something, but really what I've noticed having the most impact on my sleep is whether or not I'm eating like an hour or more, or an hour or closer to the time that I get in bed.
That's so interesting.
That is what I have definitely noticed.
Huh.
Like, if I can keep it somewhere, for me, the sweet spot is like an hour and a half. If it's
Does
an
it
hour and a
matter what you eat? Or is it like
no,
regardless?
no.
Oh.
So it can be smashing some cookies, or
Yeah.
it can be like actually having dinner where it's, like a chicken breast and some veggies, maybe a little bit of rice, and then like maybe top it off with like some, not top that off with Greek yogurt, but I'll have like Greek yogurt for
Yeah.
dessert or something like that with a little bit of chocolate chips. Like, no, it doesn't matter what it's been. Some nights, if it was like a little bit
Wow.
later, I was like, I just want something in my system because I'm going to get up early. So I'll just have a protein shake before bed or whatnot, and then
Yeah.
space that out. But if it was, yeah, that is the thing that I have noticed has had the most impact on
Hmm.
whether or not on my sleep quality, for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's still something that I'm working on,
Yeah.
getting like insight into, because we're running that sleep challenge in the Fitness Foundations community right now. So that's something I'm still checking to see.
Hmm.
So we'll see how that goes. So yeah.
That's a cool thing to know because I know we've all heard that blanket statement, like, don't eat after 8 p.m., that we all thought was just like
Yeah.
a total fraud, you know?
Right.
I mean, for the reasons why that was being strewn about, it is a total fraud.
I
But
completely agree. I
yeah,
completely agree.
but it is fascinating that you are finding that,
Yeah.
like, the essence of that is don't eat close to bedtime, I guess, but more diet
Yeah.
culture.
I can see. I mean, I'm really gonna suss this out. Like, I'm gonna let it play out. We're about, I think, maybe somewhere like 15 to 20 days into like this 30-day challenge that we have, just to
Yeah.
track like something in your sleep. And so I'm gonna stick with it for the full 30 days, and then really like go back and look at like notes and things like that. I mean, I'll look at the data, but really just looking back on, okay, what are any things that I jotted down workout wise as far as how my energy was and, things like that. But I
Yeah.
think because where I definitely notice it is if I have a busier, either a busier evening and or I've got a lot that's coming up like the next morning, if I
Mhm.
combine, so there's already a bunch in my head. And then if I combine that with also like eating, there's just a lot that my body is trying to process
Yeah.
through the night. So it's just like, dude, yeah. So
Mm.
it's just been really, really interesting. So this upcoming, I'll close mine out because that's my last update. Like this upcoming, you asked like, okay, so what's your goal upcoming training cycle? I'm still, I'm in the intro week right now
Mhm.
and I'm still running like maintenance basically for nutrition. So I'm still going to give it at least this next week before I really decide like if I'm going to tweak anything with this upcoming training cycle or keep it the same. And I don't know if I'm really going to go into fat loss or not because
Mm.
I haven't found I don't think that I've actually found my maintenance
Yeah.
because if,
Mm.
initially I had said, okay, if I get between the 32 or 33 to 3,500 range, I want to keep it there. And then that's when I can cut because I don't want
Mhm.
to have to cut my calories super low.
Yeah.
But the fact that my weight is trending down while my calories are going up means I haven't really found
Yeah.
my spot yet. So I'm in no hurry,
Yeah, that's fair.
especially knowing the colder weather is coming. So like my steps likely, like just
Um,
naturally,
yeah.
there'll be way less motivation to like, all right, let me take a 10-minute walk around the block. Not when it's 2 degrees outside, you know?
Yeah.
It won't be that for a while, but still. Well, for us, it won't. I don't know. I feel like you guys, it can all of a
Yeah,
sudden
it
the
really
next
depends.
day. For us, it'll be in the same day. I feel like for you guys, it's like the next day. It's like 91 day and then it
Yeah.
snows the next day. For us, it's like day to night. It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. Well, that was my last big update. So, what you got?
So my last update is just my upcoming races. So this fall, I'm doing the same two 5Ks I did last year. So the Ghosts and Goblins 5K and then the Pumpkin Pie 5K. They're roughly 2 weeks apart. So
Ooh,
same, yeah. It's the same as last year. They were about 2 weeks apart. One's around Halloween and then one's like mid-November. Um,
okay.
so that'll be fun. I won't have a work trip the week of the race this year. For those who listened last year, that was when my plantar fasciitis flared up because I was
Oh, yeah.
walking 5 miles in bands every day
That's
around
right.
Seattle.
Flat shoes. Yep.
Flat shoes, yeah. Supposedly that trip will be earlier in October, so
Hmm, okay.
hopefully will not impact my 5K. The week before, I'll be out in Maryland because my brother chose a marathon. He's going to do the Baltimore Marathon. Yeah,
Hey, okay.
yeah, which will be exciting because then obviously my parents can go. Maybe not obviously for anyone listening. I grew up in Baltimore. My parents still live there
That is so
or on the
cool.
outskirts. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that'll be fun. I'm flying out for it to support. Um, so that'll be fun. And then, so the race I just did that we talked about last recording that I did,
Hmm. You're
was
talking
it the
about the
day
track
before?
race or
Mm-mm,
the other one?
the road one, the
Yeah,
1.2 mile, whatever.
with the cool photographer.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Yes.
they have the final race in that park series the day after the second 5K. So
Okay.
naturally, I'm going to do both.
I mean, of
I
course.
I have convinced two friends to do both of them as of now too, which is exciting. But that one will be 2.25 miles, so I mean it's gonna hurt anyway. Uh,
2.25.
yeah, it's just one lap around a different park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
So what do
it'll
you call? Is that? I don't know.
it's
What
not a
is that?
specific distance.
Oh, okay. So what do you?
No.
It's like a kind of 4-ish K. Like what do you call that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, kind of. Um,
Surprised they don't have
yeah,
stickers for that that say like 4.13 or something like that.
yeah, seriously. This not a common distance, so automatic PR, which is cool. Uh, They call it like the Denver Park Series, I think.
Hmm.
So I missed the first one because I didn't know it was happening. But the first one is at the park where my 5K is.
Hmm.
So like that's
Okay.
like the third Denver park. Um, so that should be fun. And then yeah, mostly just gonna fingers crossed that nothing starts hurting during the fall. Nothing has been hurting. I've been feeling good, knock on wood, which is exciting because I've been hovering around like 30 to 35 miles
Hey.
with a track
Wow.
workout each week, and lifting twice a week. So,
Yeah. What's lifting looking like for you here as we kind of
yeah,
start to wrap here?
it really depends on the week. It's
No, I don't know.
I kind of similar to you right now. I write it as I go, or I like look back
Oh,
at the past
okay.
week and I'm just like, okay, I'll do that again. Maybe like
Uh,
depending on how I'm feeling, maybe I'll increase weights or switch it around. So funny enough, yesterday I was really tired. So it was just impressive that I got out to my garage and did anything. But
fair
and we've
enough.
talked in the past about how like sometimes I'll be thinking about doing deadlifts with the barbell and it'll just like feel like too much. So I'll switch to like dumbbells or something.
Yeah.
Uh so I recently or in the past couple months I got a adjustable kettlebell and it goes up
Ooh.
to it goes up to 24 kilograms, which is I guess like
Uh,
52-ish pounds or
yeah.
something.
Right around there. Yep.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? I haven't used this in its full 52-ish pounds, whatever, for
Yeah.
anything. I'm gonna do a single arm suitcase deadlift.
Yeah. Okay.
And because I was like, barbell feels like too much. Like moving the barbell to the rack, that's too much. I can't do it. But my
Yeah.
kettlebell's right here. Um, and my upper back is so sore today from that. Like trying not to smash my foot because I lift in my socks because I'm in my garage.
Mm,
Uh, and like suitcase, you try to hold it a little farther away from you, and
right.
my arms obviously are much weaker than my legs. So trying to like hold 52 pounds away from my center was so hard, and like my
For
legs aren't felt like nothing because like 52 pounds on one side isn't
yeah.
too
Well,
much.
and especially depending on like where exactly it's located, like it kind of depends because it can be real
Yeah,
easy to do because I had that in I wrote that in one of the FitWod workouts that I write for the gym.
yeah,
And my tip for people is always like you got to make sure you're not doing like the I'm a little teapot
yeah,
as
yeah.
you're lifting. So sometimes like depending on the individual, I'll have them put the kettlebell on top of like plates or a platform because not everybody should be
Oh.
lifting from the ground on that because that was something that like I was watching somebody do it and I was like something I'm like something isn't just not right, like I just can't figure out what it is.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh well, my hips tend to shift, and I was like, oh no, I'm like, it's because you're literally trying to pull it from the ground, which is correct, but
Yeah,
not everybody has the same limb length. So once we popped it like onto a plate, perfect. So yeah, for
interesting.
anybody that's wondering, like suitcase deadlifts, and yeah, if you look like you're doing a little version of I'm a little teapot, just
Yeah,
put the kettlebell on top of like a couple of plates or a small platform. As long as you can still get a good hinge, then you're good to go. But yeah, those are spicy.
I know, yeah.
I really like those.
I would have liked it more if I had another. I would have liked to have 2 to be a
Oh
little more
yeah,
balanced, you know?
that's
But
fair.
it did
Yeah,
work for its purpose yesterday. It was much more less daunting than a barbell
the
deadlift
barbell.
at the moment. Yeah. But yeah, for lifting, so mostly I'm trying to squat one day, deadlift one day. Those are like my 2 main motions. And then upper body is like I've been doing banded pull-ups, overhead
Mhm.
press. I've started doing single arm rows a little more
Okay.
and some push-ups. I might get
Have I
back to bench one day.
have I
I don't
talked to you
know.
about rack pull-ups?
Rack pull-ups.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
instead of banded
Where you like
pull-ups.
sit in an L formation.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We talked about it
Way
like last
yeah,
year.
I'm a way bigger
Uh-huh.
fan of those than the banded.
I vaguely remember. He
Yeah.
told me that. Yeah.
Because the thing with the banded ones is that they're okay. It's just they don't train the hardest part of the
Right.
pull up. So yeah, so I've just become
Yeah.
more of a let's do some rack pull ups or seated pull ups or whatnot. So yeah,
Yeah, the seated ones. Well, I was doing not banded pull-ups for a while, and then I was
yeah,
like, I need to do more than 3 at a time. So
fair, fair enough.
that was like my
There's
limit.
there's so many variations out there. Jumping pull ups, negative pull ups, and there's
Yeah,
so many.
so many. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, what else? And then like on the day I do squat, we've talked about this so many times. I'll usually do like a single leg RDL or deadlift, something to
yeah.
that effect. And then the day I do the deadlift, I've been doing these um not quite kind of heel raise. You're like on your tippy toes and you do a split
Okay.
squat.
Oh, okay. Like keeping your heel elevated.
Yeah, both heels.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay.
I've been
Oh,
really into those lately.
that is spicy. That's got to light the calves up too.
Yeah, that's kind of why my PT told me to do them a long time ago, and then I forgot. And then I saw them on Instagram, and I was like, I should try those.
Yeah.
I was like, Sarah did tell me this so long ago. Back when my Achilles started hurting earlier this year,
Yeah.
she was like, because that will, what did she say? She said it would help, obviously, with the calves and a little
Hmm.
bit more with the soleus because you're bending, obviously.
Yeah.
Um,
I think that might even be called soleus hovers. I think
oh, I like that
possibly.
name.
I think, and somebody will fact check that. I'm sure.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, I've been
we'll see.
really into those. And it's obviously a little balance too, depending. If I want to go heavier, I'll just like hold something for a balance
Yeah,
if I need.
I like it.
Um, yeah.
Okay.
So that's that. Oh, and pogo hops. Been doing my
Of
little
course.
jumps.
No tantrum kicks.
Oh, I should do them again. Okay, so my one thing is with our setup,
Hmm.
I don't think I have enough space
Gotcha.
with how our rack is because I'm too tall.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, your rack is not built to support it. You mean?
Yeah, my rack is not. I'll have to see and I'll have to like try.
Yeah.
If I can, so I don't know if I can explain this without visual, but like the rack facing out is where you
Mm,
put the bands across, right?
right.
Um, I don't think my back legs on the rack have the holes, so I
Makes
can't,
sense. I
I
see what you're saying.
can't put it
Yeah.
around because otherwise I would have enough room. Um, and then yeah, last thing that I want to say
Okay.
is this comes out on Friday. Your birthday is the next day, so happy early birthday. And then my birthday is the next Thursday, so happy early birthday to me.
Yes. Happy early birthday to you too, and thank you. Yeah. Which, for longtime listeners, you'll know that my birthday is also my son's birthday. So happy
Yep.
13th for Mason. All right.
All right,
All right, folks.
we
That
did it.
is today's episode. So, Kelly, would you like to tell the good people if they'd like to connect to us, connect with us, or whatever we do,
Yes, you can
where to do
connect with
that?
us on Instagram at Lifting Running Living Pod, or you can email us at liftingrunningLivingPod@gmail.com. Or you can leave a comment on Spotify and review on Apple.
Yes. However, if you are offering SEO or editing services,
Yeah.
keep it moving. All right. So, with that, this has been episode 59 of Lifting, Running, and Living. We appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Take care. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.